Hello BookTube, we're back continuing mandatory reads for this channel. This is part 6. I know we've been doing this with so many parts, I'm giving you so many books to read, but we're moving on from Nora Roberts, which we done last week, to just general contemporary romances. So I've picked 7 here today, and these are just some of my favorites of the last probably 8-ish years maybe. But I've left out a lot, to be honest. I wanted to make it sharp and to the point, but me recommending books, it's never always 3 or 4. We're keeping on going. So let's start. So the first contemporary romance that is mandatory reading for you is Act Like It by Lucy Parker. And this is a really cute slow burn romance. It's set in like the London theatre scene. And the story revolves around pretty much 2 actors who dislike each other, but they engage in a fake relationship for PR because the leading man, Richard's offstage antics, are affecting his reputation, but also overshadowing the public's perception of the play. And this PR relationship, of course, sparks eventually develop, and we get a very much a hate to love, grumpy sunshine romance, but with celebrities, which is something I've never really been a big enjoyer of. I never really liked celebrity romances, but kind of looking at this list, I'm like, do I really? But yeah, Act Like It by Lucy Parker is incredible. Check out all of the London celebrity series too. They are so fun. She done one about Jane Austen, the Jane Austen playbook, I think that one is, but all of them are great. She has another series, just anything by Lucy Parker you can get your hands on. It's just such a fun time for romance, especially for contemporary romance. I just adore her books so much. And then we have my favorite sports romance book ever, and that is, of course, The Wall in Winnipeg in Me. This is by Mariana Zapata, the queen of slow burn romances. And we have Vanessa. She's a personal assistant to a football player named Aiden, and after 2 years of being his assistant, she leaves and moves on. But Aiden can't let her go because he has to convince Vanessa to stay so he can keep his green card, right? And she ends up getting stuck with him for like 5 years, while his career keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And it's just really lovely. And they have to marry so you can be like an American citizen. And Mariana Zapata, I haven't read much from her. I've done this, and I've done Cold Kakadi, I think that's it. Another sports one, and that was incredible as well. But I need to keep on going with her because I just stopped. But again, we are 400 pages in, and it's about only starting to hold hands. And I'm like, why am I so invested in this? But I absolutely love it. And what makes Mariana so great, in my opinion, especially The Wall Winnipeg, it's a genuine sports romance. It's not, icebreakers or pucking around where the men are just, athletes, and that's not really talked about. It's kind of just, yeah, they do that. But with Zapata, you actually get the sports, which makes it really hot. And I just love The Wall Winnipeg in Me. I'm so due for a reread, but it honestly is one of my favorite book talk books ever. I love it so much. Then we're moving on to an oldie but a classic in my mind, and that's Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is part of the Brown Sisters trilogy. I absolutely love all 3, but Take a Hint, Dani Brown is probably my favorite of them all. And this is just insane. We got Dani, who is a PhD student. She likes to casually hook up rather than committing to a man. And she has a friend turned love interest, and he's like a former rugby player who runs like a non-profit organization about teaching boys how to manage their emotions and like avoiding toxic masculinity, which is really cute. But he just casually also works as a security guard at Dani's university, which I kind of absolutely love. And Dani is a very unique lady. We open a novel with her casting spells because she's a witch, and I just kind of really love that. It's really out of nowhere, but it's just so funny. And she's on the hunt to find the perfect hookup buddy because she's actually afraid to enter a deep relationship because of some of her past experiences, and also she's just too focused on her life to really give her time to a relationship. So a few months go by of her casting spells and all that stuff, and she gets trapped in an elevator during a fire drill at a university, and the man comes in, Zaif, and he does like a really cute, sweet rescuing scene, and I love it. And it's captured on like someone's phone. They start filming it because don't forget he's also besides doing security, he's a famous athlete as well. So it's a bit weird, but they obviously she starts getting attention which she doesn't want, and he's like, we need to stick together so we can like profit off this relationship. And so he's like, we need to be together so I can also keep this going, and I can use you to be pretty much part of my non-profit organization to teach young people about masculinity, which is really cute. So they enter a fake relationship, and Zaf this whole time is secretly harboring feelings since they ever met. But Danny soon begins to fall, and it's really sweet. But the whole trilogy is just so iconic, and I absolutely love them so much. I never read anything else by Talia Hibbert. I never moved on, but I do really want to move on to a different series by her, but I literally don't know what. Then we have a new favorite, and that's Abby Jimenez, of course. I'm going to recommend Just for the Summer because it's a plot that I never thought I would have liked, but I kind of do. I am very excited. Yes, I am very excited for The Night We Met that comes out in a couple weeks. I was really, really let down by Say You'll Remember Me, but I'm manifesting. I hope I like The Night We Met. But Just for the Summer and that whole trilogy is just incredible for me. And again, another perfect slow burn. This is a great summer romance. This deals with sensitivity, with childhood trauma, PTSD, abuse, like mental health issues. But it's also just a really fun rom-com. They'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry. The setup is just iconically fun. The couple meet through a Am I the Asshole Reddit thread, and they both are like cursed with anyone their dates meet is their soulmate. And it's really weird, but I absolutely really love it. Check out Abby Jimenez. You'll probably see her everywhere because she's literally the newest big romance girlie on the block, besides like Elise Silver or someone like that. But I love Just for the Summer. Let's keep on going on because we still have a couple more. I'm going to say the next one is Business or Pleasure by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I absolutely love Rachel Lynn Solomon. I was going to put a Weather Girl on this list too, but it didn't make the cut, and that really hurt. But Business or Pleasure, we follow Chandler Cohen, and he is a ghostwriter trying to find the courage. Is trying to find the courage to write under her own pen name, and she finds herself contracted to work with Finn Walsh, who's like an actor, and he's part of this like cult werewolf drama TV show. But he is doing like a celebrity memoir, and she is hired to help. And this becomes a big must read. It's just incredible. I absolutely love it. It's like a slow burn, just them slowly bonding over each other, and like it's just so funny. She's again becoming a must read author for me. She can't. The way I would describe Rachel Lynn Solomon is that if you kind of like Emily Henry when it comes to like the emotional thematic weights of her novels, but if you want more of that, but also a bit more of a romance, because Emily Henry can be a bit more like women's fiction rather than focusing on romances. Like she's more like a girl coming to her age and all that. But Finn and Chandler here are just so cute together, and I need to read more Rachel Lynn Solomon. So go read Business or Pleasure. Then speaking of Emily Henry, I realized I did have to put Emily Henry on this list because she's famous as anything. When it comes to my favorite Emily Henry books, we're going to be talking about Beach Read on this list, but Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and I liked the last one she did, the Great Big Beautiful World. I had to look at it for a second, but Funny People, and I can't remember the other one. Funny, was it Happy Place and Funny Story? Sorry, I'm getting those two didn't do much for me, but Beach Read, you know what Beach Read is. It's got January Andrews, and she's an author. She's got writer's block, and her dad's died, and she goes on like a trip to her father's hometown to clear out an old beach house. She runs into Gus, who's they didn't get along well because they'd done like a creative writing class together, which they didn't like. They're neighbors just randomly, and they both have trouble writing their new books, and so they come together to start working with each other, and it's just feelings start on from there. I just love it so much. The balance of humor and observation, it's just incredible. Again, Emily Henry just writing great women's fiction, but also with a good sense of romance too. Kind of reminds me of like Nora Roberts, how she can blend thriller and a little romance plot in together. I love it. I love the character dynamics, the growth. The way grief is talked about in this book, I think, is really great for a contemporary romance. And I was just so invested, and I absolutely loved this book as well. But yeah, that is some contemporary romances that you must read. Again, this could have been an insanely long list. I actually, when I was writing this list down, I actually had it like 25, but I decided to cut it down because I wanted to make it a bit more sharper. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of the books I've mentioned today, and what else would you say is mandatory reading when it comes to contemporary romance. But yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I will see you next time.